This is the Play On podcast with Jerry and Jesse. This is episode 72. Me and Jesse are just going down the transfer list before we even started the whole podcast. But I was saying that Atletico Madrid spent close to 200 million in transfers. And we're gonna debunk that right now, Jesse. Are you ready? Do you have a calculator on hand?
No, give me a second.
Whip out your phone, dude. I don't
That's
even
what I
know where
was.
my phone is.
That's what I
Honestly,
was.
I'm using it.
That's what I was looking around. I'm like, oh wait, I'm literally using it.
You ready?
Uh, where's my calculator? There we go. Yeah,
Okay. So they got Juan Musso. Wait, let me check. Did this, all right, whatever. Juan Musso. They got him from Atalanta for 3.2. Then Ruggeri for 18. Then Baena for 47. Cardoso for 32. Thiago Almada for 26. Mark Pubil for 17. David Hanko for 32. And Santiago Morino for 4.2. But then again, Morino was bought and then sold. So how much was it in transfers?
once 180.
So it was close. So it's they had a very busy summer. But yeah, like we were saying it and just pointed it out. They had a lot of exits, like Mourinho doesn't count because they bought him and sold him. So Thomas Lamar, Samuel Lino, who I thought was a really good player, Rodrigo de Paul, Saul Núñez, Moldovan, Iturbe, Thiago Bri, Adrino Nino, Ángel Correa, and Rodrigo Riquelme, Axel Witsel, Azpilicueta, Renildo. They just had so many departures. That's almost
Yeah,
a whole new squad.
yeah. And also, you said the Paul,
Yeah, DePaul, he went on loan. He's on loan too.
but he's all alone to like with an option to buy. No,
Yeah, till 2025. So it's pretty much a 6 month loan. Very interesting summer Atletico Madrid has.
but
It's
they're
very
also
quiet and under the radar.
linked to I think Spurs were linked to Gallagher because I think Simone hasn't liked how he's fit into the squad, so I think he's think they're thinking of selling him, so he might be another departure.
Interesting. I thought he was doing pretty well. He had some good moments. Remember, he came in January to Atletico Madrid.
No,
Then
he
he had
came
good.
in summer.
Did he go in the summer?
Yeah.
Uh,
He came in like the last day of like the last week of the transfer deadline, but he came in the summer.
Yeah, August 21st. I thought it was a good signing, but I think they think otherwise, but I don't know. I didn't mind the energy he brought into the squad.
Yeah, I thought he would be like a typical Simeone player because he runs hard, he's like physical, but I guess he just didn't fit in.
Interesting. But yeah, we have a bunch of other topics to talk about. Uh, what would you consider the biggest one? Probably preseason has started or the training of preseason has started for the Club World Cup teams. Jesse, the season is close. I can't wait. I am tired of not watching football on the weekends.
Yeah, it's weird because we were asking for a break or we felt like there was just an overabundance of football been playing, especially because this was like felt like the longest season because it literally ended what in July for some of us.
hmm
And uh and yet it felt so long ago, yet also it feels so short because it's literally a month and a half away and the new season starts.
Yeah, it's due to come. I think it's 2 weeks. The Premier League starts. Yeah, is that the first league that begins? Well, I know the
Uh
Premier League starts then. I think
I
La
think
Liga's around the same time frame too.
yeah, they start first on where's it? August 15th. Let me
hmm
double check.
So that's set to go underway. Still,
Yeah,
I think a lot of teams still have till the end of the month to finalize their markets.
yeah, until August 31st, but yeah, both La Liga and Premier League start August 15th, from what I can tell.
But I know Real Madrid's petitioning to have
But no, it's we petitioned a while ago, but it doesn't happen.
yeah, they petitioned to potentially have their league start delayed. But guess what, Jesse? You're starting with everyone else.
Well, I guess you could say the season starts August 13th because that's the Super Cup final, PSG versus Spurs, and that's Wednesday.
All for the yeah. So that starts next week?
Uh,
Next Wednesday, right? Not this Wednesday.
yeah, next week, August 13th. And then on the Friday, Premier League starts with Liverpool, Bournemouth, and La Liga starts Girona, Rayo Vallecano, and Villarreal, Real Oviedo.
Can't
And
wait, dude.
then,
I can't wait.
yep. And
What about, I know Bundesliga starts at like a week or 2 weeks after. That's their normal thing. Serie A, I couldn't really tell you. I am looking it up right now for Serie A, but it can't be any longer, you know? It'll be
August
August
23rd.
23rd.
Yeah.
For Serie A, what about, did you look at Bundesliga?
Give me a second. 22nd.
And it's Bayern Munich versus Leipzig. That's a tough one. Well, a tough one, but Xavi Simons left. Benjamin Šeško is on the.
Travis Evans has not left.
His deal hasn't been finalized with Chelsea.
No, he might not leave. There's problems with the transfer.
Oh, well, he can't be happy. Oh man, when's the last good Xavi Simons season we had? It wasn't last year for sure. He had a down year. It was the year before that, right?
Yeah. Travis Simmons.
So, a lot of things to come. Bayern Munich should be. They
Last
should
year
be
was
really good.
decent. He finished with 10 goals, 7 assists. Not bad.
But what are they gonna do without their striker, Jesse?
Who?
Leipzig.
Well, they rebuild. That's what happens all the time. They sell them and then they get a new young kid and they hope for the best. Because I know their recent new signing that they're hyped about is Bakayoko from PSV.
Hmm.
They're hoping he turns up and he starts taking over.
He's a winger, right?
Yeah, right winger.
I remember him. He is decent. Um, but it's gonna be tough. Leipzig at one point you thought they were like they could compete for the Bundesliga. At this point, they might not want to.
Well,
Uh,
they're under the Red Bull Corporation and they're mostly using it to make profit because they use what the Swedish one as a basically to farm players because their youth setups uh they use it build up players and then they either sell them to Leipzig or they just sell them overall. But I know that one has gone through recent troubles.
mhm.
Jurgen Klopp, he took over. He's like the head of the Red Bull football operations, and I don't his number two. I don't know if you remember his name
Mm-mm.
when he was at Liverpool. He took over because when Klopp took his break, he took over. He wanted to try being a head coach, seeing if how that goes. He took over. I can't remember the the Swedish one, and they had won like the previous 5 league titles, and they like I think they've lost the last two, and so they fired him, and so they've lost their stranglehold they had on that league. So I wonder how that goes for them.
Sure, they'll be fine. They'll just poach more of the young players from other teams like they usually do. They're the Bayern Munich of what is it? Austria, Sweden.
Oh no, I think maybe it is Austria.
Yeah, it's an Austrian team. Was it Red Bull Salzburg, right?
Yeah, there you go. There
Yeah,
you go.
it's
I can't
Austrian.
remember.
So you never know. But in other news, Liverpool has been doing the preseason. I don't know if you've seen the preseason format, Jesse. They played on Saturday, then they played today. They played 2 games today.
Well, I think they're trying to jam in more games because uh there hasn't been time.
Yeah.
Because usually games would be in July, but so many players have had their break in July.
Hmm.
So now they're like jamming them in August as much as they can before the season starts.
I get it. They played Bilbao twice today again. But obviously with two separate squads, I'm assuming they're trying to fill out what they can and can't do. It's interesting. But the reason I wanted to talk about this game is or just Liverpool in general. They have this up and coming 16-year-old Rio Ngumoa. Don't know how to pronounce his last name. He on his debut against a South Korean team, he had one assist. And then today against Athletic Bilbao, he had one goal. So the story behind this kid, he's 16 years old. He left Chelsea's academy to get game time, and he decided to go to Liverpool, which is a choice, you know. Game time, you would normally go to like a lower side, maybe go to the second division, but to go to Liverpool to try to be in their first team is crazy. I don't know if you heard of him, but he's pretty good right now. Again, it's preseason, so you don't know how we can't assess
Yeah.
too much. But yeah, seems to have a gem on their hands for now.
Well, I would have been more hyped about him if he started the second game because that game seemed like where more of their starters were playing.
Hmm.
Because looking at it, that's where like you know more of the who you would expect the stars to be. The second game felt more for like feeling out like younger players because if you look at both sides, there's like a couple youth players in there and they're just trying to see who stands out the most.
Yeah, and I figured with the two games they played, but we'll see how they turn out. You know, now teams aren't opposed to playing 16-year-olds, which is crazy, you know. I think Arsenal had their kid play at 16 years old. They're also hyping him up. It's not Ethan Nweri. It's some other kid.
Sullivan, Jack Sullivan or something like
I
that.
think so, something like that, but I'm not sure. But yeah, another 16-year-old, which is so it's mind-boggling, bro.
Hmm?
Like what were you doing when you were 16?
Can't remember, dude.
Probably playing in a high school soccer team. These guys are over here playing against professionals. It's crazy. But again, you gotta let them develop.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's like anything new. It's things we've been seeing for a while now, except now it's just peop teams are doing it more just because of the market price. It's
Hmm.
getting insane. Because I remember when I was 16 or 15, I remember seeing Martin Odegaard had debuted already when he was like 14. And he at 15 he went to Real Madrid. So like it's been happening for a while now. If like they're they shine bright enough, like teams will get them
Yeah.
and let them get the chance. It's just that we usually don't see it that much from top teams because they'd rather get a proven product and an older player than a young player because there's growing pains with them.
Yeah, but I remember there was like a certain time period, like I think between 2018 and 2022, where like not many young players were given an opportunity because it was like more structured football. That was like, in my opinion, a really bad era of football because it was like straight up low block. That's what everyone's doing. It's tactical, very tactical. We're not straying away from our formation. We're keeping it tight. Now, and again, they didn't want to give like a young kid a chance, you know? The last one I could remember between that era is probably um who was it, Mbappe around that time?
He was younger.
Yeah, but he was still like in his 20s, you know? He was 18 in 2018 when he won the World Cup.
No,
Yeah, he was.
he's my age.
Mbappe? Yeah, he would.
That would be 20. He
Uh,
was technically 19.
when did he win the World Cup? I thought it was 18. Oh, 18, 19.
19 because his birthday's in December. He would have turned 20 that year.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah,
But still young. Like a lot of people weren't giving him an opportunity. Then you probably think Erling Haaland coming up later on, but again, no big team was giving him. Barcelona wanted well, he was offered to Barcelona and they decided not to go with him because they didn't want to trust a 19-year-old and they went for a 30-year-old Martin Brightway. So there was like that time period where no one was buying like
well, I don't
young kids
want
a chance.
to disprove your point, but you're literally Barca was literally doing that, giving him Pedri. That was the time Pedri started.
But that was due to their financial situation, Jesse. Other than that, if we didn't have that, Pedri would not be starting.
Also, Saka started during that time.
Did he? I don't think
Yeah,
that much though. I remember when he did start though, but it wasn't too many. Compared to now, like, dude, you're having 16-year-olds. There's one in Mexico, there's one in Olamine, two in England.
I think there's just more exposure now than there has been, especially because it's a new thing that everyone wants to do. They just want to produce a young kid because, like we said during the Ronaldo and Messi times, it was such a high peak that the next generation has sort of like no one loves the next generation. Everyone's sort of falling flat. No one that they've been there and they're like they see it and they compare them to Ronaldo, Messi, and they're like it doesn't fall or it falls short. So now they're trying to look at for the next generation and see if they could live up to it. So that's why, you know, with the explosion of Lamine Yamal and like Alvaro Mora, like people are more hopeful that this lives up to what the nostalgia of like yesteryears, really.
And I'm all for it, dude. I am tired of structured football. Just play low block and try to beat us by one goal.
Well, that's you got to blame Pep for that one.
Or Simeone.
Well, both of them because they're the ones that brought it on.
It is what it is, you know? It's crazy. But yeah. And some transfer news, Benjamin Šeško is either between Newcastle or Man U. It looked like Man U was gonna be the front runners, but Newcastle reignited talks, have made strides to become the new suitor for him and the replacement for Alexander Isak. But again, I don't think it happens until Alexander Isak gets sold, and right now it seems to be in a stalemate.
Well, I think they could just get him in general just because Isak is versatile and he could play off the left wing or play as a second striker or play both of them.
Hmm.
Especially because Newcastle doesn't have the a substitute or a backup striker anymore because I know Callum Wilson went to West Ham.
Yeah.
So they are looking for like offensive replacements or upgrades. So and especially since they're going to be competing in Europe this year. So I could see why they could so go for him in general.
So do you even see Alexander Isak leaving this year?
Now with the current financial situation, I don't, because I know uh, we saw that Liverpool submitted a bid for them, and it felt, I think, what 30 million short of what Newcastle wanted, so they just flatly rejected. And it's like, no, don't even come to the negotiating table if you're not willing to meet our asking price. And so Liverpool said they're not gonna go for him anymore.
Yeah.
And I really don't see how any other team goes for him at this point because I know Arsenal just recently signed Gyökeres, so there's like no real need or possibility unless I think they do another like sell. Because I know Gabriel Jesus has been linked to like to leave the club, so maybe
Yeah.
if he leaves, they might go for him.
Because they
But
still have Martinelli too.
yeah, because they still have a couple other players. But besides that, I really don't see Isak going to Man U because that's just a downgrade from Newcastle. I don't see him going to Spurs because I don't think he sees them at the same level as the other clubs.
Hmm.
And then even Man City, the way that they've been the situation they're at, I don't think they're gonna do it because they already have Holland and Marmoush, so it wouldn't really make sense.
You never know with City though, you know.
Yeah.
Or
But yeah,
Chelsea. I'm surprised Chelsea.
oh, I wouldn't surprise me if Chelsea would submit a bid, but I don't know if Isak goes, but if he does, that's on him. But yeah, I just don't see especially like financially outside of England, there's not real like Serie A, I completely discount it because I feel like every club's in a money situation right now where they don't have the same money disposable to spend as much on a single player. Bayern also they feel like iffy. They're like in a different situation, and plus they have Harry Kane. I don't think they're gonna do that. PSG, it wouldn't make sense to break up their front three, and then that leaves Barca and Real Madrid, and neither of us can do that, especially with the La Liga financial fair play guidelines.
Yeah, there's a bunch of hoops they have to jump through and clear salaries for him to even come. So yeah, he just decided a really bad time to announce that he wants to leave. Should have done it at the beginning of the summer when the season was over. But hey man, you're just gonna have to deal with the angry fans that are just gonna yell at you, you know?
Yeah,
It's
I
a
mean
really
that.
bad situation for him. I wonder why he decided to do it very late.
Yeah, I think it's I think we mentioned before previously that it's really weird the time he took to declare this because if he like waited until the transfer window was almost over, where like teams have gone and gotten their players, have spent their transfer budget, and we're left with really like, oh, how are we gonna do it now? We just spent like Liverpool, like we just spent all this money on Etiquette. How are we gonna be able to go and get you now?
Hmm.
Like it's a weird situation, and especially announcing it publicly where like your fans can turn on you because that's all it takes for your own fans to turn on you. Because previously they're like making tifus of him, like calling him Alexander the Great or the whatever, and now they just they're burning his jersey, they're turning on him, and it's gonna be like that until like during the season where you could get some goals and alleviate some of that anger, but still it's just gonna all come right back when in the summer you're probably gonna have to ask to leave again because you know what, it's not the same.
Yeah. So, and it all depends too, because it could get bad, You could lose your confidence with all those people yelling at you because you have the away fans yelling at you now, and now you have the home fans with it on your back. So let's see what it does for his confidence. Because again, I don't think he's broken more than 25 goals in a season.
I think he did. Let me look him up.
So it could be very mentally draining. Um, Again, I want to know who advised them and why they advised them. Clearly he hasn't even been part of the preseason they've been doing. They took him out of the squad completely.
Yeah, last year he scored 27 with 6 assists, and then the season before he hit 25 and 2. So
Is that like in the Premier League, just Premier League, or
just
all competition?
all competitions. Just Premier League last year he got 23 and 6.
Yeah. So bad timing, Isaac, bad timing. As far as other news, there's Osimhen that has officially joined Galatasaray, Jesse. Another striker anyone could have gotten. Manu could have gotten him for cheaper than Mateus Cunha.
Yeah, it's that one's a surprise for me because I felt like for I want to say like 4 years or so he's been linked to every Premier League team, every like big club for a while now to make a big transfer move,
And
and
he's
yet
made it vocal too that he wants to go to a Premier League.
yeah, and yet no one came and got him. He just got stuck at Napoli after like the whole situation that like fell apart, and now he's had to go to Galatasaray, which no straight to them, but it's not the same level.
Yeah, I love their help, love their home atmosphere, but yeah, like you said, there's it's you're not gonna be able to compete. You're not gonna compete for a Champions League there. You're gonna compete to go to knockouts, but to win it, no, it's gonna be difficult. So again, I wonder if he killed someone. See, that's what I told you, because no one seems to be wanting to even touch him, but now they got him. And another news for Galatasaray, Leroy Sané had his debut, but he didn't have a great debut. So again, it's preseason. He must be knocking out some rust from his joints or something, but they seem to be coming up with a good squad. Again, not to compete for the Champions League, probably for anything else.
Yeah, and then also another team that might not be competing for stuff is Spurs.
Like I set that up. It's gonna be another trophy draw for a couple years.
Probably, but yeah, recent news though, like we mentioned again previously, is Son has left and is going to LAFC.
Hmm.
I wonder if he just felt like with the changing of the guard of Thomas Frank, he's just like, you know what, I might as well just leave on a high, take my trophy, and then go to LAFC, make some money, and enjoy my last couple of years.
Smart move.
But yeah, they've lost their captain.
Yeah, they lost their captain. I wonder who's gonna be the next captain. James Madison also got a really bad injury, and he might be out for a extended period of time. So there goes another veteran player. Again, and I'm talking about veteran. He's only been there for like what, 2 years.
Yeah,
So we'll see. Christian Romero, we haven't really seen much movement. We thought he was going to go to Atletico Madrid, so he might be staying put.
yeah, I think so. I think with the signing of what was it, Hackney or
Hmm.
Hackney? I know he was really good for PSV last year, so I think they got him instead, especially because he was cheaper. I think you said 32 mil. So yeah, I think they're gonna stick with him instead. But yeah, I think probably Christian Romero's probably the most veteran guard right now, and he's probably can take up that captain role.
And then
But
with Heung-min Son leaving, Jesse, who would you replace him with?
I know they've been linked with Wisa, because from Brentford, who I mistakenly confused as Semenyo last time. But yeah, I know that he's been linked to leave, and a reunion with Thomas Frank would make sense. And then but I think they did just buy Matthias Tell. I think that left wing's probably going to be his,
Hmm.
and then Kudus on the right, and then I think Kulusevski is going to drop back into that midfield creative role since James Madison's out.
Um, I don't know why well, they have Dominic Solanke, so I get what they don't want to go for anyone like that. They are not in a position to attract like a huge name right now. The biggest left winger rate I can think of is Rodrigo, and Rodrigo would not want to go to that team at the moment.
Yeah, no, I've seen people sometimes link them to, and I'm like, that's a joke because it wouldn't make sense."
No, he wouldn't go down. If he would go to a different team, it'd probably be a Man City, probably maybe even an Arsenal. I think he'll entertain the idea. But to a Spurs, no, they're just new coach, there's so many new players. There's nothing set, so it's weird. Spurs are in a weird situation. I think they'll probably get what they've been doing recently is we get a young winger or something to replace them. Nothing too crazy. I don't think they're gonna go out there and splurge on someone.
Well, they already have like another South Korean on their squad. They bought
Hmm.
him last year, and they sent him on a loan. So I wonder if they maybe give him some more uh game time, just to keep up the South Korean fans because that was such a big market for them with Hyungmin. But I wonder if they sent him out on loan already. Let me see.
But you did tell me that they recently signed Paulinho from Bayern Munich.
Yeah, they signed him on loan.
I don't think that was a bad move. It's pretty decent. He's a good again, depending on the fee. I don't know how much they spent, but he's like a 30-year-old. It could be hit or miss, but I think he's a very good defensive midfielder.
Yeah, and I think that was a big area of need for them, especially last year with uh you know uh Bentancur and Pepe weren't up to the level. I think Pepe he's still young, so he could use some time to develop. But also, what's his name? Bissouma. He wasn't the player that we thought he was, especially when they signed him from Brighton, and then his first season under Ange. Everyone thought he was going to develop even more and become like this
Hmm.
game wrecking DM. But this year or the past season, it showed that he's not that.
Yeah, he's inconsistent. Maybe him getting used to it. Again, it didn't help that the Spurs squad was pretty much injured all year.
Hmm.
But no, they had to try to cover some bases and not rely on one guy and just try to get more depth in that position. So again, it was a good buy.
Yeah.
Did you ever find out the South
Well,
Korean player's name?
oh yeah, it's Min Hyung Yang.
Hmm. So
Yeah, he's 19, so so young. Maybe he turns good.
never know. But you gotta give him playing time. That's the only thing.
Yeah. I'm surprised they still have Richarlison. I feel like he should have probably gone back to Everton or like Brazil or something because I don't see the need for him anymore. I think we know what he is. They paid that big move for him, and he hasn't really panned out in that way. He's a great role player. That final his the defensive shift he put on for them was amazing, and I'll give my hands up to that. But that's not what you want from your big signing striker. Just to be able to be like, yeah, but he's a great defender. Like that's not what you want.
Hey, but shout out to Spurs for that for buying Richarlison from Barcelona. Apparently, Barcelona offered around 100 million euros to buy Richarlison at one point, but he thankfully requested the idea to go, which shout out to you. I don't know what the board was thinking, but yeah, it's probably hard to move him because of his
That's a hate
wage.
crime, Jerry. I just want to point that out. That
Oh
is
yeah,
a hate crime.
no, I know they saved us. They saved us, and it's hard to say. Spurs. They have a history of being bad, but that was a great move by them. But yeah, his wages is probably what's stopping him from leaving the club. Who's gonna pay that? And again, does he want to take a pay cut? That's the thing. I think at this point he might be the captain. Just because of
Possibly. Well,
seniority. Who can you think of seniority that's still at Spurs?
I think Ben Davies is probably like the longest member I could think of, but
Maybe.
he's more of like a bench guy
Hmm.
now, and is because he's also like 34, I think. So I think he would probably be like out seniority, the captain, but I feel like playing on the field, probably Romero. because I look around the squad and they're all fairly newer.
Okay, okay. Well, we'll see. And then left, oh my God, Chelsea finally signed a left back, and they signed Hato from Ajax. This
Yeah,
is
he's
a
a
good move by fucking Chelsea, and I know SB is excited about it. But you were gonna say,
yeah, no, I was gonna say yeah, he's a good player. He was linked to a bunch of clubs uh last year and this year, but I felt like they just were waiting for him for another year to develop, and also
mm,
because there's different priorities. But yeah, he's a good young player. You know, he comes from Ajax Academy. You can never knock that academy.
mm.
They produce talent every year. But yeah, he's good. They got him at a decent price, especially with the prices that are going around. He could also play center back, so there's versatility in this
Yep,
game. So, you know, it's a good move for them, unfortunately, you
yeah,
know.
just go to their gym early because it's like a Planet Fitness. You're never gonna be able to get a bench.
Yeah.
And and
Ramsdale also went to Newcastle. Just wanted to put that in before I forgot.
interesting. He's gonna have to fight Nick Pope, but I think it's not much of a fight. I'd rather keep Nick Pope. And to round it up, Jesse, we are doing the immaculate grid. We
Oh
are
wait,
chalked.
oh
What's up?
wait. Before that, we still have Wrexham broke their transfer record. They signed Connor Cody for like 2 million, and they're also rumored to break it for an Southampton player. I can't remember his name, but for around 8 million. And also, we wanted to clown Tom Brady before we go because of he said what, Jerry?
Oh man, he said all the U.S. national team has to do is sign a player like Messi or develop a player like Lamine Yamal. Like, thank you for discovering the secret to finding success in football slash soccer. Um, God, why didn't we think of that before, Jesse? Yeah, I was
I
gonna
don't
mention
know.
it during this whole grid thing. It's so dumb.
It's crazy. I never knew that that was the answer. Who knew? Let's just do that. We could do that anytime now, Jerry.
Hey, at this point, just start signing the Messi's sons at this point. Like, hey, you guys want to play for the U.S. men's national team? Join us. But
He's probably can put up his sum for it, you know.
have you seen his clip going viral on the Amazon Prime show he has for his soccer team, his football team?
Birmingham. What was
Oh,
it?
is
No,
it Birmingham or Derby County? One of those two.
Birmingham.
Okay, yeah. Have you seen the clip
No,
of
I
what he said
haven't.
about Wayne Rooney?
Oh no, I saw that he had an argument with Wayne Rooney because he was like coaching them for a minute.
Yeah, so Wayne Rooney is the manager for his Birmingham's football team. He talked to him like they were just like interacting, and then they were going over film, and Rooney was addressing like, "Hey, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this." And then afterwards, it goes to a cut of Tom Brady in his car, and he's saying like, "I don't know if Wayne Rooney has the work ethic to be the manager." And people are also clowning him for that because you don't have to yell like crazy like if it's American football to get some things across. You know? I don't know if you've seen the clip. You should check it out. It's pretty funny and interesting to say the least. It's like, I don't know if he has the
Yeah.
work ethic. This guy that debuted at 16 years old and became a professional forever. And a Manchester United legend on top of that.
Well, I wouldn't say that goes into his work ethic, but yeah.
Well, it kind of does, you know, you gotta be working to be in the squad. It's not just given to anyone, you know, even at 16.
Yeah, but also he did retire kind of early because he was burnt out by the end of it. Like I think he retired at 32 or something like that. So he did burn out pretty quick.
But then again,
But, like that, like I said, I'm not saying that goes into work ethic, but you know,
but still, like to criticize him being a manager because of his work ethic when he's going over film, it's interesting. But again, I'm not defending Wayne Rooney. He's been fired multiple times from other jobs from being a manager. So do
yeah,
your homework. I don't know why you hired him.
it's Tom Brady, guys.
But yeah, to close this out, we have the grid. Top columns are MLS, French nationality, and African nationality. And then the rows is Chelsea, Lyon, and Atletico Madrid. Do you want to start first, Jesse?
African nationality, Chelsea. Essien.
Michael Essien. Look, I wanted to start with Atletico Madrid African nationality, but this is the weird part. I want to say Kondogbia, right? But at one point he was a French nationality, but then he switched to an African one. It's difficult, you know? I can't think of any other African at the moment. Do you have one? It's tough. But for now, I'll go Chelsea,
Trent,
French.
you could pick any of them. There's so many.
I'm just gonna pick N'Golo Kante. Then Lyon, French. What do you want to go, Laka or
Sure.
Guri?
We could have gone with our.
Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
wow, Jerry. We literally could have just gone with our boy from Man City.
Oh, I'm drawing a blank because I literally screwed it up. Why did I even think I was thinking of somewhere else?
Jerry, there's so many. Oh my.
Oh my God, I can't think of his name. Why am I drawing a blank, Jesse? No, wait, we can't pick him because remember last time we picked
No, but he was at Lyon and he's French. He
all
played
right.
with he
Oh
played for
my,
them previously.
why am I
Yeah.
tweaking out on his name? Cherky. There you
Yeah.
go.
We
Now
could
I'm
literally,
pissed.
we literally could have just picked him.
Should I just restart this?
Yeah. No. We
No,
can't. We can't lie, Jerry.
Cherky. Well, uh, the Atletico Madrid French,
Lamar or
Lemar.
or Griezmann.
Thomas Lemar.
Yeah.
Okay, he just went to Girona. Leon, African nationality. Tough.
There's like an Algeria player, but I can't remember his name.
I know who you're talking about. Oh my God, Benzia, no?
Yeah, but he was also French.
But he switched to Algeria.
We just said that about fucking
What I tell
Kondogbia.
you?
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like we just said that about Kondogbia.
I know. We had to
That's
take a
why we
chance though.
that's why we didn't say it.
It was shock. Should we try Kondogbia now?
But yeah, because it works for Benzia, and it's the same thing.
Oh, oh, oh God. You know how to spell his name?
It's ND Kondogbia. D O yeah.
Jeffrey. Okay, it worked. We got the whole right side filled. Now we have 2 minutes left. Chelsea MLS, Frank Lampard. Unless you have someone else.
Nope.
Do you have Leon MLS? Juninho Teixeira? The Uruguayan, remember him?
Yeah.
But I don't know if he played. What about MLS? Atletico Madrid. Rodrigo de Paul just joined,
Yeah, nope.
but Laporte, Agüero, Fernando Torres.
Why am I
Um,
thinking of Godin for some reason? But I no.
no, they went back to South America. We have a minute, Jesse. Mm,
Just
pick
throw a Hail Mary. Throw a Hail Mary.
who?
Anyone. Texada or whatever.
Oh God,
If it's wrong, I blame Jerry, guys. Blame
I don't even
Jerry.
know which one.
He ruined the run first thing.
Oh, I'm gonna just go with the Paul.
That's a miss.
Yeah, it's gonna be this. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. It's there was a bunch of players apparently that played in MLS and Leon. But thank you guys so much for watching.
Scroll
Appreciate you
down.
guys. Oh, Hugo Lloris, Luis
Oh,
Suarez. Oh my
oh,
God.
yeah.
But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Send this to a friend. Peace.
Peace.
That shit was shocked, dude. That shit was
Uh,
shocked. You were gonna get Hugo Lloris? I didn't even know he played for
I do.
Leon.
I forgot. No, yeah. No, it's just because I was thinking directly from